a different terror threat. This one from an organization called the Khorasan Group. And one of the more worrisome details involves this man. He constructed the infamous underwear bomb of 2009 that made it onto a U.S. flight going over Detroit. And he is thought to be al-Qaeda's top bomb maker. He's reportedly, apparently, training a whole new crop of students. And there are rumors that those trainees are putting those skills to use. Tara Mahler is a former CIA military analyst who focused on the Iraq insurgency. She's also a research fellow with the New America Foundation. Tara, good to see you tonight. And so this guy, this bomb maker, is al-Asiri, and he is said to be al-Qaeda's most valued bomb maker, an evil genius who comes up with explosives so dangerous that they baffle those trying to track him. He was a former chemistry student. So now he's got a bunch of acolytes who they believe are just like him. And this is one of the things that may have led to our bombing yesterday?
So this is one component of the pieces of intelligence that are trickling out that was part of the package of information that led the U.S. government to take action against Khorasan in Syria. He's been known to be involved in previous attacks. 2009, the Christmas bombing, the unsuccessful bombing attack, underwear bombing plot. In 2010, there was cargo planes that were found on packages that went through UPS that also had devices on it. And then again in 2011. And then reports coming out now are saying that the airline security warnings in July 2014 were also linked to potential plots about devices being used on planes. So this is one piece.
Let me ask you this.
One piece.
If that's true, you know, if they're worried about this guy, Asiri, getting another bomb on a U.S.-bound flight, and he's done it once and almost done it a second time, and he put a bomb inside of his brother in an assassination attempt in Saudi Arabia. The brother was killed, the target was not. How is it that increased security at the airports is going to stop him? Because they're talking about how he's making the bomb out of toothpaste, out of undetectable, non-metallic fibers.
Well, part of the concern was that he was cooperating and lending his expertise to the Khorasan Group located in Syria and training people, including people with Western passports, in that area. So part of the reasoning and rationale behind the strikes was to go after the groups here, which are believed, al-Fadleh, the leader of al-Khorasan Group, is believed to have strong ties to the bomb maker that you were just talking about. That was part of the reason for going after these sites in Syria to sort of impact the potential operations or planning. Now, we don't know the specifics about a particular plot, so Homeland Security needs to remain vigilant. The public needs to remain vigilant because really it's possible there's more information behind the scenes, but right now there wasn't really a plot that has been out in the press in terms of a specific target or a specific site. It seems like they had a general stream of both aspirations of a group, capabilities of a group, and probably a bundle of collected intelligence, credible intelligence about planning.
This is separate and apart from the lone wolf warning we received. So they had enough intel on Khorasan to go bomb them, but separately we're getting warned about lone wolf terrorism here in the United States.
It is, and it's a distinction worth making because the groups that we're going after in Syria are affiliated with al-Qaeda, planning more complex attacks that people might be worried about in mass casualty types attack that would take down an airliner, and we have to take preventative measures, and that's what the strikes are for. Lone wolf attacks are things that could be inspired by sympathizers to some of these groups. Those are actually the ones, to be quite frank, that are harder because there aren't as many nodes of interception, not as much communication. The groups aren't as large. So it's really the lone wolf attacks that have the potential, I'd argue, to fly more under the law enforcement radar simply because it can be just one person on a very low-tech and short time duration planning.
Living in the land of the free has some downsides, and one of them is the police don't just get to follow you around all day because you look suspicious or they heard something suspicious about you. I mean, we all have civil liberties here, including these people who have American passports, some of them, and are